Yeah,
What's it? Geoffrey Owens.
Geoffrey Owens, right? They did him dirty. They did him greasy. You know he had to quit the job then,
Yeah,
so he no
yeah.
longer works at Trader Joe's. Somebody and the young lady who did it, she said
she regretted it.
She
Yeah.
regretted it. She wasn't trying to shame him or something, but he was working at Trader Joe's. And the internet, a lot of people, young people in particular, were on fire about, oh God, you know what I'm saying? But those of us who are older understand the principles of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What hard work is. Me and my wife saw a young lady walking in the McDonald's the other day. We were at the light. And she had her uniform on, Spanish girl. And she was walking into McDonald's with such vigor, like Calvin. You know what I mean? From the
Calvin
Chappelle
got a
show.
job.
Calvin got a job. And I wouldn't, rarely do I see black teenagers embrace working like that. But we don't know what country this young girl came in. She was early, because me and wifey looked at the watch. It was like 1:45. And we said she must have to be there by 2. She was early. She walked in there with her head up, like, this is my job. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories, right? Me and wifey, we wasn't always doing the damn thing, We were struggling early on, as people do. And because we had always said, one of us are going to stay home while Eli is home because our son is disabled and we don't want nobody taking care of him but us. So we made a lot of sacrifices.
Right.
And one time we got behind 3 or 4 months on the rent. And we looked around and she said, what you going to do? I had a whole bunch of equipment, drum machines, keyboards, CD burners. I said, I'll be right back. I packed all of that shit up and I went and came back with 3 months rent. When she saw that, she said, okay, I know where this is going, so I know who I'm in the trenches with. 3 months later, now she's in a predicament. We're in the same predicament, and she got all this jewelry, gold rings and watches and shit her moms gave her, and she said to me, I'll be right back. And she did the same exact thing. So at that point, we kind of knew where we would go and what we would do to feed the family. There was another incident where we ain't had no money, and I said, all right, I'm going out to the barber shop and set up the CD table. We'll sell some CDs. And it was the hottest day of the summer, and it must have been the end of the month because nobody purchased shit.
It was across the street, right?
Yeah, across the street.
I remember that.
And wifey looking out the window at me like, damn, only 2 people bought CDs from me. Tracy Morgan, the actor, shout out Gary, who used to cut his hair on University, and my cousin Sean. And I could tell my cousin Sean really didn't have it, and I made $10. And that $10 was like $100 that day for what we needed to.
Right.
So when I say shit like, I will shovel elephant shit at the circus to feed the babies, that's what I will do. And I will do that with pride because any man will do that to feed his family. So when he fell off the bandwagon, because he wasn't a major damn Cosby star anyway.
Right.
He looked at his situation and said, I can sulk and go to drugs and feel sorry for myself, or I can pick myself up. And I'll do that shit today.
And he be between, because he worked on Broadway too, so that's, being an actor is not a full-time thing.
Right,
Even
so-
if you're on a big show,
Right.
they can kill you, they can
In
write you off, you know what I'm
between,
saying?
you gotta feed your family. If shit went haywire right here and the mortgage was due, hey, this is Black Dot. Welcome to Happy Burger. May I take your order, please?
Right.
Would you like the supersize? You know the routine.
Right.
And that's the way that shit goes.
Real quick,
So,
real quick.
shout out to him for, holding his head up
Right.
at all times. And you young people need to embrace any kind of work you're doing. Let me say this. If you're working at McDonald's, find out what the job is really about. Don't just come in and flip your burgers and leave when it's time for you to leave. Find out when the orders come in. Why do you order this much on this day? Because a lot of times your vibration will lead you into a position to be the manager. So take pride in the work that you do. That's all my mother said. Whatever you do, and I know your mother said the same thing, just be the best at it. So with that being said,
Real quick, just to feed up. A former Destiny's Child member, Latavia Robinson, she too had to work
At a record shop.
and she said people were only coming in to see if it was really her.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So everybody has to go there.
Yeah,
This
who's the
thing.
girl was with 50 Cent? The female rapper he had.
Olivia.
Olivia, she had to go to work.
Yeah.
So listen, hold your head up out here, people. Peace. This is the Black Dot, author of the underground classic Hip Hop Decoded and Urban Culture Decoded. For 15 years, I've been decoding hip hop, breaking it down, giving you it piece by piece. the DNA of hip hop, all of its multifaceted components. For the next 15 years, I want you to join me as I give you hip hop recoded and we put it back together, giving you its RNA so that we don't leave the next generation lost. But I have to give you a disclaimer. I am not a hip hop guru. This is not hip hop law. This is for pure entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. So before you take the red pill and go with us into the matrix of hip hop, consult your doctor to see if hip hop recoded is for you. With that being said, we thank you for your patronage and we see you on the other side. Peace.